Welcome to the Unplanned, Unprepared, and Unpredictable podcast. I'm your host, Giraffe, and my co-host. I don't remember the other names. What is it? I'm Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Make
are
up,
Tom and Jerry.
make up a name, but it should start with a T sound at least.
What about tomato?
Tarantula. What? Tomato.
Okay, sure.
You went from Tom to
Tarantula's fine.
tomato.
What were you, giraffe?
Yeah, that's very uninspired. No.
Uh,
You had the whole English language and you went from Tom to tomato.
can you think of any other word that starts with a T-O-M?
See, it doesn't have to be Tom, I said.
I know, but
Giraffe?
can you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm more
I said
consistent.
yes.
I'm better. Yes, do it. What?
Tommy gun.
That's literally the word Tommy
Yeah.
with a gun.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not. That's
Why?
uninspired.
That's
Huh?
you
Anyways,
couldn't even think about it.
that's
Couldn't even think of
yeah.
Anyways.
Hey.
Yeah.
Do you know the password to our Google account?
No. Oh yeah, I do.
I'm gonna need it at some point.
What? Why?
Dang. Yeah. I hit sign out and then I can't sign back in.
Alright. What a weird problem to have. Like it's the 2025. You
Or I
really
don't know the password.
No, but I sent it to you probably multiple times. You didn't have it saved anywhere?
No.
Crazy. All right, sure.
Yeah, no. But the reason why I'm having this issue is because I'm too reliant on technology. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I'm
Yes.
so reliant on my browsers just keeping me logged in that I just yeah.
All right, I don't want to talk about that. Anyways, you're always
Sorry.
bashing technology. Okay, we get it. I get it. You don't like it. You're afraid of it. It's okay. All right.
No, I don't. I don't bash it. I'm just saying.
It's making us
Because
dumber, and it could ruin the planet or
no,
extinct us.
no, yeah, that's actually probably true. Um, but because you were saying, it's like 2025. Like, what a weird like problem to have. I'm saying
It's more
it's not weird. Yeah,
likely in
it's because we're in
2025.
2025. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like you couldn't find it through our messages and it didn't save on anything, any of your devices. That's crazy.
No, it's probably somewhere. I just haven't looked.
Okay, so you made no effort.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zero. Not zero. Maybe
Yep.
2.
You are truly a product of your time. You are
I am.
a data point.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. Anyways. Hey, you want to talk about the fight we had?
Let's do it.
Is that the elephant
Was
in
it
the
a
room?
fight?
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, what's
Okay.
a fight? What is a fight?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't feel like it was a
What?
fight.
Oh, well, see,
Let's talk about it.
just because
I
you
want to
don't
talk
feel
about
like it
how
was
you felt.
a fight doesn't mean it wasn't a fight. My feelings were hurt.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it.
I don't, you know what? I don't really want to.
What?
I just wanted to see if
What?
you
You
wanted to,
brought
but
it up.
I don't really want to.
No, let's talk. No, tell me what were you? What made you? So you said so your feelings were hurt. So what does that
So you know
mean?
what? You know what? Whenever I actually, especially lately, and when I say lately, the last few years, I don't think there are very few times when I overreact emotionally. Like I lose control of my emotions. Maybe
Uh-huh.
in the past, like since the turn of the decade. Is that a thing people say? Since
No,
COVID.
but
Why? Turn of the decade? Why not?
I don't think anyone's ever said that. But yeah,
I'm a
it's usually turn of
pioneer.
the century.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
Okay.
Decades are significant spans of time, I feel like. Anyway, since the turn of the decade, since
Uh-huh.
COVID, I would say maybe like less than five or less when I lost control of my emotions. Yeah, no, I've been angry, but it's like constructive and aimed anger. There has been a very few times when I was like, wow, I feel horrible and upset and emotional and frustrated. I don't know what to do. I just cannot control it and I just have to let it out. That's how I felt last week. And it doesn't happen very
Mm.
often. But
Mhm.
when times like that they happen, I need time to take a breath, take a step back, and I try to figure out, like, I need it, but I also want to do it. Figure out why I felt that way, because your feelings are important and significant.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm
And
trying to
okay.
not go
Wait,
on a
that's the end?
no, I'm trying not to go on a tangent, but there
Uh-huh.
Superman talks about that, like the James Gunn, the new Superman. That's one of the
Yeah.
themes of the movie. Like no one is allowed to tell you how you should feel. Feelings.
Hmm.
There is no right and like how I think so he said something in this clip, in this behind the scenes clip, basically like nobody can tell you that your feelings are right or wrong. You know, they just are. He said something kind of like that, and I know a lot of people will criticize it and point out the flaws in it, but I do think like yes, you can have whatever feelings that you want. Give me a second. I mean, like if you're extremely racist, it's not like I don't think we should classify things as right or wrong. We have to kind of be accurate with them. So anyway, however you feel, you're allowed to be that way. No one's allowed to tell you how to feel. Actually, the more I think about it, getting more complicated. But I think how you react
Uh-huh.
with those feelings, absolutely, they can be right or wrong.
Hmm.
Broadly and generally, yes. I don't think people are allowed to say like your feelings are incorrect. Your
Okay.
feelings are your feelings. But anyway, so I was very angry and frustrated. I felt attacked. No, listen. Okay, I'm not blaming you, but this is just how I felt. I felt attacked.
Hmm.
I felt
Hmm.
belittled. I felt like I was kind of like belittled, but like I felt stupid. Cause I said, I think the beginning of the argument was I said, well, basically this country sucks. And then you're
Hmm.
like, have you looked into going to another country? And I said no. And you're like, well, then I guess you're not that miserable. And that to me, I inferred like, oh, you're just complaining and kind of dumb. That's how I
Hmm.
received it. Huh?
Hmm. Okay.
Which I don't think I'm dumb, but um, yeah, that's. I mean, I got stuff I want to say about the topic that we discussed, but
Hmm.
that's how I felt, and the reason I felt that way, I don't know why I felt that way. One, I do think physical condition, it affects your mood, so I was like drained that day. Um, but I did feel like my feelings were very unacknowledged and belittled. But
Mm.
that's not your fault. I don't think you were trying to do that. Um, but that occurred, and I didn't feel good, and I felt angry.
Mm.
Yep, that's what happened.
Man, I wish more people listened to the last episode. Our listenership on the last episode wasn't that great. Because if more people had listened, I feel like this would be a somewhat satisfying conclusion. I don't, or at least a satisfying addition to what we talked about yesterday. You
Many
know,
days ago
'Cause-
or last time.
or
Yeah,
I'm
you said
sorry, yeah,
yesterday.
last time, yeah, last time.
Yeah.
No, no, yeah, I meant last time, yeah.
Oh, I guess.
Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. Well, in what way?
because because a lot of times when I feel like a lot of people when things like this happen, it's either they just kind of ignore it and move on, or they stop talking to each other. So no one. There are a lot of cases where people don't really confront the emotions, right? So hearing that you did is refreshing to hear that you like kind of went back and did a postmortem on your emotions, why you felt certain ways, and all of those things. I don't think I hear people doing that often, right?
No, I agree. I agree. Like, but this is after years of therapy. Like, I was one of those people many years ago where, if that interaction happened with another person like 10 years ago, I probably would have stopped talking to that person forever, or at least like, this is not my kind of friend. You know, like he
Mhm, mhm.
is just yeah, we're not compatible. We'll just talk a lot less. And if we were doing a podcast together, we probably would eventually stop doing this podcast. But I also felt
Eh,
uncomfortable coming back on and talking to you Yeah.
as if nothing happened,
Well,
right?
I mean that, but just in general, it's like it's still there's bad sort of feelings and memories involved with the last one. Like it's still imprinted,
Mm,
and being back in the same situation kind of brings those feelings back up a little bit. But overall, I don't
mm,
think it's anything you did intentionally. I was not in a good condition, but I also like have thought more about my opinions about it too, which I know goes against our podcast because I did research a little bit.
mm.
But
Yeah, tell
anyways,
us about.
no, you have anything else to say before we completely move on from the feelings part of it?
Yeah, I mean, well, the feelings part, I think I I will say, like, genuinely, I wasn't upset. I was more curious as to why you were so upset. Because, oh, well, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but obviously, I wasn't trying to attack you. I wasn't trying to attack you personally or like call you dumb or say like belittle your feelings. I was trying to track it logically, right? And explore the topic. So, yeah, I don't think, yeah, I think I really, from, if any emotions were involved on my end, it was, I have to admit, it was mostly confusion. Like, I did sense that there was more going on than just a conversation. Like, I actually said in my head, like, oh, like, he's like, physically, he's tired. And I think this might be contributing to it as well. I mean, not to belittle what you were feeling, but just having kind of known you for a while, it did feel like the emotions that were being invoked were, it just felt like there was more than just a conversation that was happening. You know what I mean? So no, I'm glad you explained, and it kind of tracks what you just said. Kind of tracks with what I was thinking, and happy to move on. But I am curious to hear kind of what you found out because really my position wasn't, I wasn't taking a stance on any position. I was just exploring, and I am curious to know what options there are for, when in those type of situations.
The thing about the logic part, I think I understand what you were doing, but it's so similar to what I hear and read and feel online, and it just felt mean because like just because something is logical doesn't mean when you say to somebody, especially when they're in a difficult situation, it can be it can be mean but also feel mean. Like the person
Mm,
hearing it, yeah, sure, like this is logical. It's okay, so like when you throw logic at somebody's feelings, it
mm.
it feels mean and it doesn't feel constructive because a person who's sort of like riled up emotionally and you're like, oh, you're not being logical, I think that kind of fans the flame. You know what I'm saying? Like you
No, I
can't,
get it,
yeah.
but
uh
I do think though it's, well, I mean, in a personal conversation, yeah, I get it. Like if this was like you coming to me and saying, "Hey, like I'm in this bad situation, I don't know how to get out of it," and I'm throwing logic at you, that, yeah, I understand totally what you're saying.
mm.
I do think it's a little bit different on a podcast though, right? Like because
Yeah.
it's not really a one-on-one conversation. It's more of a or we're speaking towards the audience, toward each other.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like the things you say to me, it's, yeah, you're saying it to me right now, but it's actually more towards the audience. So the words are coming towards me and I'm responding to them, but it's actually meant for a greater audience. So no, I get what you're saying. I I don't know. Like I feel like that's a case by case too though, because there are certain cases where if somebody is emotionally like crashing out and it's not rooted in fact, in reality, then I feel like you kind of have to throw some logic their way, right? Like if for example, if let's say the situation was you like you're having a conversation with somebody, right? And they're very emotionally distraught because they believe that their girlfriend cheated on them. Like, but then you have all these logical reasons as to why she couldn't have possibly cheated on them. Like, isn't that appropriate to present logic in that moment?
I think we should just stick with the case by case because I think it can be and it could and it also could be good, but also could be the worst thing that they want, like the last thing that they want to hear. People, you know what, like Myers-Briggs emotional types, like a thinker who's overacting with feelings, maybe they would be okay with that kind of you know like support, but a feeler, I think that's the last thing that they would want to hear. And that's not what they need. Like to calm down, they don't need someone to give them logical points, but I don't know, emotional support.
What does that look like?
I don't
Like, what
know.
does emotional support look like?
Oh, you know what?
Um,
Sometimes just being told, "Yeah, you're right," even though you're not right,
hmm.
to de-escalate, not necessarily to concede, but no, like understanding this is the situation, this is the kind of person that I'm dealing with right now, and that kind of sounds kind of crazy, but I just know that this person is what yeah, it's like yeah. I think I feel good about that. Yeah, different people need different things, even though the situations
Mhm.
feel similar.
Is it possible though, like that you're exacerbating the situation? To if
You
you're
you could, huh? Well, I mean
like
that's
no,
yeah.
because yeah, because I wonder the like. I mean, I don't think I'm definitely not qualified to have this conversation, but
Mm.
I can see an, a case where validating what they're feeling is good for the moment, but could have very bad long-term effects. Like for example, like
Uh,
with the like situation with the girlfriend cheating, right? Like, oh no, yeah, your girlfriend's cheating, and just to kind of de-escalate and help them feel like better, like they might calm down in the moment, but then what if they like go and shoot the girlfriend the day after because they felt validation towards like validation for their like emotion,
no,
which
okay.
wasn't rooted in
No,
reality.
that is like I'm saying, like if you're having a fight with somebody and they think you're right and you believe that you're right and you have all this logic to support it, sometimes it's just
Mm,
okay. Oh yeah, maybe you're right, and try to de-escalate, and then you can address those things later when the emotions aren't so high. Many people,
mm,
maybe at least 50% or closer to 100%, like somewhere from 50 to really really high. People, I mean, emotions are hard to control for anybody, regardless of your personality type. And if
mm,
someone's emotions get riled up, no matter how much of a thinker or logical person they are, I think the main thing is de-escalation,
mm.
and maybe that is, oh yeah, here's some logical reasons why you should calm down a little bit, or you know what, yeah, sure, just concede for now, and then live to fight another day.
Hmm.
But it is situational and depends on the person. Anyway, about immigration. Look, listen. The way what I
Okay.
couldn't also I was tired and I couldn't articulate myself like I normally am able to. Listen, if I can't move to a nicer house in my own city, like I right now I genuinely cannot afford to. I can I'm not house poor, but I'm like a few steps away from being house poor, you know? Like in my
Wait, what's
house
house
house poor when
like a bad house?
no, like so your income I think should be like a third or a quarter of your mortgage. No, your mortgage should be a third or a quarter of your total gross
Oh yeah.
income, something like
Hmm.
that, right? But some
Hmm.
people, like 100% of their money goes to their bills and their house. And as a house owner, as you know, if you're not saving for like taxes, but also stuff that might break, like unexpected expenses. Once in a while, you have to replace your heating and roof. If you're not saving like any money, then eventually your house is just gonna break and fall apart. That's house poor. Like if you can barely afford just the mortgage of your house, just because you own a nice house doesn't mean you're successful. You know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Hmm.
so I ain't house poor yet, but I'm like right there, and my house is one of the much. Hmm, I don't know how to classify this because I'm not. I don't think I would consider myself poor, but very
No,
average. Mm.
like so
Yeah.
I think part of the because I was when I was thinking about kind of the conversation we had, I like one of the theories I had was I think the reason why the conversation went that way is because I was speaking like to you about your situation, but it felt like you were defending situations of people in a broader spectrum. So like people that are like less off than you. So yeah, you were defending a much broader set of situations, whereas I was talking about your specific situation. And I stand by it. Like you're not poor by any means,
No, okay, sure, and
right?
that's mean. But okay, listen. Anyway,
What?
I
Wait, that's me?
yeah. Hold on. Let me get to.
Uh-huh.
I'll address that at the end. But anyway, so I live a good life. I have a good life. I don't. I work really hard, but I don't like struggle. I mean, I can't like right now. I'm struggling to. So I just totaled my car, and to get
Mhm.
a new car, like I'm not at that place where oh yeah, it's totally easy. Like I just go to the dealership and negotiate a little bit, and I can drive off with the car. That's not my situation. It might take. I'm in that tax bracket of it'll take me a few tries to find the right car. Can I buy a used car? Can I buy a new car? I have to figure out payment and interest and stuff like that. Anyway, a couple $100 fluctuation of car payment could drastically affect my finances. Okay, but my point is kind of making it more simple. If I can't move into the next, so I would say like the next tier house. If I can't even move to a nicer house, how can I ever think about moving to another country? Uh, and so like your analogy, some of them, it like lowest common I don't know if that's the right way to express it, like the lowest common denominator. So misery and means, there's some sort of connection, right? The more means that you have, the better off you are. Your misery is less, right?
Mhm.
Generally, that I think that is pretty true. Your means and misery have some kind of connection or correlation. So the lower your means, the greater your misery. But then like the greater your misery, there is a sort of like a breaking point where yes, if my means was so low that my misery was so high, then I would get on a boat and just go to another country and leave everything behind and hope for the best, right? There are situations like that at the very bottom end of the spectrum, but I'm probably never gonna get there. But my argument is if I, like intuitively, if I can't move to a nicer house, I can barely move to an equivalent house. Why would I ever think about moving to another country? It's an impossibility. So that's where my
Well,
yeah.
the premise of the initial comment is that it would be easier in wherever you're going
No,
because the system is
nicer.
better there, right?
Nice, well maybe nice. My question and possible like assumption is that there are countries where people are much happier. And actually there are. America is not that high on so there's this, so I don't know how you measure that, right? I haven't looked too much into it, but this group, they put out this study of happiness in countries. We're like number 20 something.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were like 30 something.
Oh, well, 30 something, 20 something or 30 something, it seems really
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
And okay, and like I don't have enough information to compare, our situation with their situation politically or economically. But anyway, to go to another country and live there, it is very difficult, very expensive. There are many laws, and I just disagree with the fact that, or the idea that, oh, if you're really miserable, you would actually have tried to leave this country. When even for a person in my situation, I think intuitively and with some research now, it's pretty infeasible. Infeasible? Yeah, that's it.
So it is infeasible. Like you
No,
going
there's yeah,
to,
there's
I
no
think we
way.
talked
Oh,
about,
yeah, go ahead.
because we talked about
Cost
like
and loss.
Australia. Oh, because we talked about Australia because they're like somewhat socialist, and you were that was one of our like
New
options of,
Zealand? Yeah.
yeah. So is it more expensive to go there? Like, what's the
I don't
infeasibility
know about
there?
Australia, but like there are laws to like it's not easy. A lot of places that are happier and nicer to live, they don't want you to come.
Mm,
and and yeah, it does cost money to
mm.
go somewhere else. Did I look at the numbers? No, I did not look at the numbers. But anyway, those are the two biggest things that prevent. So there's a lot of people who want to leave this country, and everyone is saying it's too expensive, and there are laws, and they don't want you to go. Now, is America possibly the nicest of all the possible options? I don't know. I don't know. It depends, I guess, how you measure that. But we have some of the most unhappy people in the world, and probably the biggest
No,
economy.
no,
No,
I
you
don't
say
think
no.
we have the most. Yeah, well, I don't think we have the most unhappy.
Well,
Like
we're
on
on.
a global scale.
Uh huh. Let's
Yeah,
say
I
there's
mean,
like 170
uh
countries or something like that.
huh.
Anyway, having the biggest economy and being 20 or 30th place, that seems really low.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would imagine that that 20th, 30th includes like an average of the entire country, right? And
Uh huh.
I would say that you have many more privileges than like the bottom half of the country,
I
right?
do.
That's a yeah,
Sure, I do.
yeah. So even if the country is the 20th or whatever,
Mhm.
like that might mean that you're like maybe
Oh, I'm happier than
equivalent happiness
average.
of like yeah, like maybe you're like equivalent happiness of somebody in like the average of the country that's in like 10th place or something.
If my
So
happiness,
like
uh
oh,
huh.
go ahead.
Though, if my happiness level is above average, it's not. I mean, no, I can be more thankful. Absolutely, no. I just this country, the more years I'm in it, I just think it's getting weirder and worse. I
You
haven't
know,
felt for a while where it's like, oh, we're doing better. I just haven't felt that in many years. Yeah, like people are just getting more angrier. We're getting more divided. Racism is coming back. People are being belittled. People can't afford anything. Prices are going up. Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, the income disparity is it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Um,
yeah. But I but
yeah.
you're not really on the bottom rung of that.
No,
You
no, no,
understand? Yeah,
no.
yeah, okay.
Sure, no,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, listen. As
No.
yeah, I
Mhm.
comparatively, I'm great comparatively, but no,
Yeah.
everybody has issues. Point is, no,
It's true.
just stop telling me that I need to find a way to get out of it. It's impossible. I don't need to. I don't need to go that deeply into it to know it's impossible.
No, you know, I
Yeah,
that but actually wasn't my point either.
I
Like
don't know.
my point wasn't, hey, go to a different country, go figure it out and leave and go somewhere else. Like my point actually if I had a point,
Mm.
my point was more so like, well, why aren't you working towards bettering the situation then? Like if there's an escape hatch somewhere, like shouldn't you be looking for it? Like if it can make your life better?
Okay. That was
Like,
part of your. Oh, real quick too. Part of what
huh?
I heard was you're not that miserable because if you actually were miserable, you'd be doing something about it. That's what you also said.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
mean, nicer, and I don't care that you said that, but yeah, that's mean.
Wait, no, how was but that's actually, you know what? This is the I think this part was the most confused,
Mhm.
right? So like where's the I'm just trying to see is this a situation where throwing logic at it is not good? Like I don't want to like even talk about you. Like I want to talk about that premise. Like is it is it a bad thing to say your situation might not be as bad as you think it is? Is that inherently bad?
Inherently, no, probably not. But I think. Give me a second. I think that suggestion to anybody, bro, um, like trying to prove why a person is actually not that miserable. Yeah, I think that is pretty mean consistently.
What if it's a
No.
situation where I'm like trying to show you, hey, like you got this going for you, you got this going for you. There's a lot of positive things in your life, and trying to show you that there are areas where you could be more grateful.
Actually,
Like, isn't that a helpful thing?
I think people would think so, but in my experience, actually, no, almost never. Like in practice, I'm around a lot of people who are, depressed or, I don't know, not feeling good for a bunch of different reasons. I almost never go to that because I think it usually does more harm than good within my experiences.
Emotionally, right?
E- like there is so that those kind of things, there's absolutely like you should say those things to somebody eventually, but timing is really important. Like a very recent example, I know a college student who missed a project or a test. Like she's a freshman, and I don't know, I can't remember exactly the situation, but she was like panicking, and part of me wanted to be like, oh, just email the professors, not a big deal, it'll be fine, whatever. But the timing of that information, I think, is very, very critical. Because at the wrong time, you can, yeah, I think it feels mean because that's not what the person wants. I mean, I guess it depends on the person too. But I knew at least for this person, they would have not cared to hear that, and it would have felt like I was belittling their like situation, because it kind of is like, oh, you're overreacting, it's gonna be fine. I think that any sort of what's it called, any sort of that what is that word, structure, template, anyway, that any shape or form of that
Hmm.
is mean. Yeah, in my experience.
Interesting. I can see it being unhelpful,
Sure.
but I don't understand the mean part.
Mean, it
Like
could make
why
someone
it's
feel worse. That's why it's
well
mean.
well
Oh,
because
yeah.
mean
Oh.
because doesn't mean imply intention?
You could be unintentionally mean.
Can you?
Yeah, like
I think you can be unintentionally like hurtful, but can you be unintentionally
uh,
mean?
I think we're this is very semantic, but I think people can be unintentionally mean. Like they could. Oh, okay, okay. Tell me if
No,
this.
like
Yeah,
I can be a mean person
yeah.
or I can be a hurtful person. I think there's a distinction between the two.
Mean and
Like,
okay. I'm gonna
because
Google.
mean, I think to me, it implies that I'm intentionally trying to harm you. But hurtful person can be someone who just doesn't know, like, has like no nunchi, doesn't know like the timing of things to say and things like that. So they cause harm, but their intention is not to cause harm.
So, so okay. So there is the first two definitions do say things about intending to be. So being mean, there is intention. Have as a consequence, but the third one is have as a consequence or result. Necessarily or usually entail or involve. What is this? I don't know.
Necessarily, meaning that it's a necessity
Oh, likely
in
to
the
mean. Hold on. It's
action.
it's a
Yeah.
different kind of signal. Wait. This is a totally different. Okay, so these are not the right words. It's like you meant to do it, but I'm looking for being mean, which okay, this is the average. Okay. So being mean is not even a word. Hold on. I'm being serious. Wait. It's a verb. No, so they're only Google is only giving me like it's meant, You mean something. Maybe we're using a word that doesn't exist anymore.
Maybe.
Unwilling? What? Okay, unkind, spiteful, or unfair. That one doesn't have. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, let's just qualify. You can be harmful and hurtful without intention. Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
sure.
no, my point is like the timing, like you're saying that it's mean to point those things out, but I don't think so. I think it can
Sure.
be potentially hurtful,
So
but
I
I don't think that
yeah,
it's mean.
we can be more accurate and say harmful slash hurtful, uh, even with good intentions. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's a important distinction
Mm.
because someone being mean to you, it makes sense for you to be offended. But someone being hurtful to you, I mean, you might feel offended, but logically it doesn't make sense for offense. You know what I mean? So there is a important distinction.
The intention of offense.
Yeah. Like if you thought that I intentionally was trying to hurt your feelings last week, would we be having this conversation right now?
No, no, no. That's the that
Right.
yeah, because there's, goodwill and faith between us. But anyway, sometimes, oh no, okay. What the point was, when you try to enforce in inform and enforce sounds like you're punishing them with logic. Enforce logic, like reinforce logic. When a person is, reacting emotionally, or with distress or something. Okay, I'm still not like all here, I think. Anyways, anyway, generally in my experience, it is, yes, it is mean to, more often than not, it is mean to reinforce logic in those sort of situations.
Hmm.
Yeah, for a person who is like distressed emotionally, I'm trying to think of, I guess, when it's like a life or death, you can't, like, in situations where you can't leave somebody alone, I guess you would try all things right away. But
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
I
a,
think yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
my examples are with ladies though. But no, like young students too. Yeah, young students, like young boys in high school too. They're kind of fragile and they're very sensitive. And I think my old traditional, like back in the, my I'm kind of rooted in tough love. Like, oh, bro, just suck it up, like you're fine. It's not even that bad. I think that can make a lot of people feel really bad. Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you're mean. Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, maybe. I'm open to the possibility that I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's, you know what? That's good. That's very mature of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I feel like you confronting me with that right now was very mean.
Well, that last
Right?
part just now, yes, it
Oh,
was mean, but it was a joke.
no.
But could be a mean joke. Yeah, at the wrong time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? No, listen, 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 listen.
What?
People are
I'm listening.
allowed to be sensitive. People are allowed to be sensitive.
Uh-huh.
Like, the people are allowed to feel how they feel. Now, feel how they feel does not mean, if you're a pedophile, go be a pedophile, or, like, if you, I don't know, if your feelings are illegal, that's not what I'm trying to say. But if you feel bad, or if you feel sad, even if it's for something arguably objectively very small, you're allowed to feel that way. And don't let anybody try to tell you
Y-
how to feel.
Or
Or go ahead.
let me give you the counter to that. Let's say
Yeah.
you're a mouse
A
and
what?
you're in a maze. You're a
A
mouse,
mouse.
okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and you're in a maze
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you're trapped,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're very emotionally distraught. Is it I would argue that the best thing somebody could do for you is say, "Hey, just turn around. There's actually an exit right there." Instead of saying, "I acknowledge your emotions."
So if the solution was literally just go over there, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
most situations are complex. If well, okay. So again, like, it's how big the situation is. If it's like, I don't know what a really small real life situation would be. Like, oh, you know what? Like, um, God, this will sound sexy.
Do it.
No,
Say it.
no.
Take risks. What do you mean?
That's
Who's
easy
gonna
for
even
you to
know who you
say.
are?
That's easy for you to say. I thought we are gonna tell people about this in like 20 episodes. No,
Yeah, we
listen.
are.
Like, okay, give me a second. So
17.
when the problem is so small, like, look, listen. Sometimes, right? Like sometimes, like ladies, and especially some ladies at specific times of the month. Sometimes, right? Like their problems are so small, but they overreact so big. You know?
Dang,
Whoa! Is that
bro.
was that a lot? Was that too much? Was that too
Whoa.
much?
I don't know. This might be what gets us canceled.
No, no, no. Listen, what? Listen, that's real.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of real.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe look.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of experience with. Okay, that's
Uh-huh.
not true either. But like, say on TV, well, I'm
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking of a situation. I don't know who the character was. Oh my god! But do you know a moment like that, like from a TV show where it's like, oh, I really like something really small happened, and they like burst into tears, and it's because they're on their period.
I I can think of How I Met Your Mother, but Lily was pregnant. It wasn't a period thing.
Oh, and then why was she crying? I think maybe that is why.
Like her ice cream fell or something.
Right. Okay, so let's use that example. Now, pregnancy is a big deal. It's a miracle. Absolutely. I'm not gonna I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. I respect women that do it because seriously, it's a crazy like you I know someone who just had a baby, 9 pounds. 9.
Dang.
Yeah, he came 2 or 3 weeks early and he was like average is what, 7, right?
Hey, do I know this person?
I
This
don't.
sounds familiar.
Oh, I don't know. No, but people are having babies all anyway. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of weight to carry around every single day. You
Yeah.
sleep with it. Like I honestly, I had no surgery and I was miserable for 2 weeks because my sleep was bad. Imagine your belly is holding a bowling ball, and your back hurts. Anyway, so being pregnant is very difficult, but crying over dropping some ice cream, yeah, just let's go get some ice cream. It's a very,
Mm.
but it still feels mean, right? Hey, you're overreacting. You wouldn't say that to that lady. Hey, you're overreacting, sweetheart. We just can go get some
Or
more ice cream.
or I might say, hey, you dropped your ice cream, but you can go get more ice cream. Let's go get more ice cream.
I would
Is that
argue,
mean?
not mean, but maybe that's not how you can fix it that way, but it doesn't console them. They need maybe a hug or I don't know, some kind words. Hey, I'm with you. I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? But I'm here with you, and I'm gonna be with you in this really hard time, right
Uh-huh.
now,
Uh-huh.
without
Uh-huh.
laughing. And then eventually, I think as after you console them, hey, let's go figure out some solution. Do you want some? Maybe like ice cream is not because maybe they're upset because the ice cream fell, but it's not really the ice cream that will make them feel better. Anyway, people are
Yeah. No,
complicated. You could be
yeah, that's
unintentionally
great.
mean by saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal. Let's just go get some more ice cream." Men do that on
How
TV
about
shows, and I think it is it's when art imitates real life.
what about this?
Yeah.
Let's say somebody broke up with their boyfriend,
Okay.
and whether she's on their period or not,
Whoa.
whatever, she
Okay.
she says, I can't live without him. Like I need to die. Like I need to unalive myself because
Okay.
I can't live on
All right. I'd be
without him.
like, "Go ahead, kill yourself."
That's the thing you would say.
Okay. No, no, no. Well, it depends on the age, because if it's like a middle school or high school kid, I'd be like, come on, bro, come on, bro. But if it was
So
like
that's not a mean thing,
it
right?
is mean. No, I
Bringing logic,
I think it's mean.
huh?
I
Bringing because
uh
okay, then I will say this. I think I would rather be mean
yeah.
than to pander to a false reality, right?
Like, what's the so say, okay, say like a middle
You
school.
won't. No, you
Uh,
the false reality is believing that you can't live on with this boyfriend without this boyfriend.
well, listen, I don't think most people who say that.
That's objectively
No,
false.
I
Agree?
agree. No, yeah, logically that
Right.
is
Yeah.
100% wrong because anybody, yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but that's mean to say that to their faces. Hey, objectively, you actually can. It does not affect the function of your heart, brain, or lungs. Being apart from this person. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying I'm devastated, and if you,
Yeah. No, no,
yeah,
no. So, like, I can think of two responses. One
yeah,
response is saying, I get it. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, you must be so devastated. Yeah, it's going to be really hard. That's one thing I can say. Or the other thing I can say is, hey, I understand this is a hard time, but like, trust me, like, I've gone through this, other people have gone through this. Like, you'll make it and you'll see like happier days. It's going to be hard now, but it's going to get better.
I
Which
think
is the better
I
response?
think it depends on timing. The second one is probably better advice, but horrible if it's at the wrong time. Cause I uh
Uh-huh.
no, if in that same situation, I'd be like, that really sucks. I'm so sorry. Like I'm here for you, whatever you need. And then I think I would just wait. Cause you gotta give feeling time for feelings to process before even logic can be introduced. Cause I think it'll either be harmful or completely ineffective.
Like
Ineffective?
this
Yeah.
is the as a father,
Mm.
like I mean, my kids are really young, so it's not an issue right now. But like when they get older, if I was faced with that dilemma, like this is the calculus in my head, right?
So
Like
middle
I
school.
can
Let's say
say,
they're in middle school and they just broke up with their
uh
quote unquote boyfriend. Okay.
yeah, and they're like completely devastated, and they're saying things like,
Yeah.
"I just want to kill
Daddy,
myself."
I'm gonna
Right?
die. I'm gonna
Yeah.
die. What are you gonna say?
Now I'm like so
No, wait, wait, can we
internally,
role
what
play?
I'm
Can we role play? Can we role play?
okay.
Okay,
Uh
okay,
huh.
okay. I come home from school. I'm in seventh grade. I've been dating this boy named. Okay, let's make up a. I want to. What's the name for me though? Hold on.
Your name
Samantha.
can be.
No, no, I want to be
Uh huh.
Samantha. Olivia. I want to be Olivia. So my name is Olivia. Okay, my name is Olivia. You're my dad, and I come home. Dad, oh my God, my boyfriend he broke up with me. We've been dating and texting. Am I allowed to have a cell phone in middle school?
Sure. Sure.
We've been texting, and he told me he loved me, but then he started dating someone else. I'm gonna die. I don't know what to do. I can't live anymore. Go ahead.
Well, maybe if you were prettier, he would love you more.
Shut
No,
up.
okay,
Shut. That's
okay,
your
no.
fault that
Uh,
she's not prettier. That's crazy. It's your fault.
no.
That's your
I would
fault,
say,
Dad. Okay.
oh, what's wrong? Like, no, okay, but hold on. This whole role playing thing, I don't think is gonna work
Why?
because
No, take it serious.
no, okay,
Why?
oh, God, I can't take. Okay, all right. Oh, you said that. I'll say, oh, why did he break up with you? What happened?
He says he says another girl is prettier than me, and I'm not very nice.
Do you think that girl's prettier than you?
Yes, because I think all girls are prettier than me because I have insecurities.
Well, I think you're the prettiest girl in the world. And I think you thinking that other girls are prettier than you is a lie that you're buying into. That's absolutely not true. You are beautiful.
If I was your daughter, I'd be like, logically, I can't be the prettiest girl in the world,
no,
Dad. That's
but hold on.
okay.
Rate that response. Was that a bad response or a good response?
That you my dad think I'm the prettiest girl in the world. I think in this
Yeah.
situation I'd be like that. I don't care. I want this boy to like me. I don't care if you like me. I want this boy to like me, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna die.
But I'm talking you through like this whole terrible lie that you've told yourself. I'm like reinforcing that that's a lie, right? And building up the self confidence. So, like, my response can be, oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, you're not that pretty. like,
What?
I'm
What?
acknowledging what you're
No. How
feeling,
come
right?
all of your responses are like just straight up? Like logic. It can be. Um.
Well, like, well, what am I supposed to be validating? Like, I'm validating the emotion. Oh, yes, you are sad, or validating the
This is so
things that
weird.
they're thinking.
I feel like these are normal things. If the roles were reversed, I'd be like, "Oh my God,
uh,
I'm so sorry, Olivia.
uh,
That really
uh,
sucks. You know what? That boy, he's stupid. And you know what? Like, what do you want? What do you want to do?" And if she's like, "I just want to go in my room and die," I'd be like, "Okay,
uh-huh.
well, if you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you. I love you."
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's crazy to me,
that's
right?
crazy.
If my daughter says like I'm so devastated, I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna just say, "All right, go upstairs and just do what you're gonna do." Right?
No,
Like
no, but that's just
that's
how she
crazy.
feels. Okay, so maybe you can supervise her and spend time with her. You want to watch a movie? No, I
So
want to
no,
die.
no, this is my point. This is
Uh,
my point. This is the point I was trying to make earlier, right? Like if the risk of me being like too like trying to like fix the issue is mean versus like me not fix the issue and like she like kills herself. Like I'm willing to be mean. Like I'd rather be mean than risk like my daughter killing herself,
Okay, if your daughter, there
right?
is some like I think 99.2% of girls, middle school girls who say that about a boy, they're not gonna do it. But if you actually feel there is a significant possibility that your daughter might, but that's also kind of look. I'm not a parent, so I don't know. But I also know like overly sort of like hands-on parenting can be detrimental. Sometimes, with kids, you gotta sort of let them process and go through stuff and fall and get hurt and figure stuff out. How do you completely eliminate the
Huh.
risk of suicide and not be too far on the other side of, man, like too hands on, they're not going to learn, they're not going to grow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? I have no experience in that.
So
Uh-huh.
it I if it's like a physical thing, they fall and like they scrape their knee, stuff like that, or like they like do really bad on the test and they're just like, oh my gosh, like yeah, those things I can say, yeah, I can be a little hands off on. But if it's something that's extreme and like even a 0.08% chance that they'll do something like that, that's way too high for me. Like as a father, right? If like I'm not gonna take that chance. So I'd rather be the overbearing father with a live daughter than a father who was not overbearing and has a daughter who doesn't exist anymore.
There, okay, so there also can be the possibility where, because I actually saw it recently. They're like friends of a friend of a friend. Like many, they're very distant from me. I don't really know them, but
Mhm.
their daughter went to an Ivy League school, but because their parents were so strict, she actually met somebody on Reddit and moved to another state, and the police won't bring her back because she's technically an adult.
Mm.
But like I mean, she will be alive, but you still lose your daughter anyway. And maybe, who knows, this person, like she's with a complete stranger in another state.
Mhm.
Like the overbearingness can also, there is potential. There is also that small possibility that you'll push your daughter completely away like that.
I think strict and overbearing are different though.
Strict and overbearing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
there's a
don't
lot of
think
overlap, but
no, because I don't think overbearing drives a daughter away like that. I think strict definitely does, but like you don't really see a case of a daughter saying, my parents tried to love me too much, so I'm just gonna like go away. It's always my parents were like too strict. They yelled at me. They put all these like boundaries in my way. I think that's different. Strict and overbearing are different.
well, I
But
mean, yeah,
again,
sure.
I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that this is always the case. But I'm saying in more extreme cases, you would rather err on the side of overbearing, strict, or mean, or whatever you want to
Cautious,
call it.
overcautious.
Yeah, rather than be like, oh well, this is just I'm just kind of gotta trust the process, you know?
Okay, what if she said something less than "I'm gonna die"? Like, "Oh, I'm so devastated. I don't know how I'm gonna ever meet anybody else, or I don't want to go to school. Everything is just terrible. I just want to stay in my room." What do you say to this girl?
Yeah, like yeah, I'm totally fine saying, oh, that's terrible that that happened to you. Like, I'm here for you. Like, let me know how I can help you. Like, yeah, I'm totally fine doing that kind of stuff
Mm.
in those situations. But my concern would be that there are things where we buy into false realities and we spiral and we get ourselves into a place of misery when you don't need to be there because the premise to begin with was not true. And
So,
in those
sure,
cases, I think some dose of reality can help.
yes, no, I actually agree with all of that stuff. I think, yeah, some people can't. No, you can't
Yeah.
indulge your emotions and spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think you should be optimistic and try to be thankful wherever you can be and stuff like that. But anyway, everything is situational. Sometimes logic can be unintentionally harmful, and it's not. Timing of logic is important. You know what? At least that, yeah, timing of your logic and advice, very, very important. Well, timing for anything is important, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, dealing with
But
people's
and
emotions. Uh huh.
it's like we as people, non-trained, non-professionals, like it's impossible for us to know the timing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, people are complicated. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's a different.
Everyone's
Yeah,
different.
everybody.
Yeah. I'm not gonna know what the proper timing is. You're not gonna know what the proper timing is. So we just gotta do our best. And so if that means we are mean sometimes, then I mean I think we have to be okay with it. Right?
Sure. No, no, absolutely. But I actually want people more in general be kinder and less tough love. Because I think a lot of people are mean and they like think it's helpful when it's hurtful. And I'm not talking about you, but I'm just talking about people in general. And yeah, that's the message I want to put out there because I think there is too much tough love and not enough like gentleness and kindness, like undeserved.
Hmm.
You don't deserve it, but I'm gonna be kind to you anyway. There's not a lot of that.
Hmm.
Like
You know,
yeah.
it'd be interesting to see some statistics. Like one thing that would be interesting to look at is one practical way I can see what you're about play out is gentle parenting versus traditional parenting. I want to see the studies on the long-term effects of those.
Well, I
Like,
mean
is it
that's yeah. That's important, but I'm talking about mostly dealing with adults. I think people are so mean to. I mean, like if you're mean to a kid, I mean kids are totally different people. Like yeah, they're developing, but you know, to be mean to an adult, like oh you feel like you're being discriminated against, but logically, I don't think that's true. I mean, there is truth to both sides of that. Maybe it's not as bad as they think, but to belittle somebody's experience like that, I think it's just mean.
hmm.
But that's just one, you know, just in general. I think of course, belittling anybody is mean, but yeah, sometimes we say it's tough love, and it's just tough.
So what are your kind of closing thoughts on this whole saga? Any concluding thoughts? Like between
Uh,
what happened with between us, yes, last
no,
week?
just I think just because it's right doesn't mean it's the right thing to say. Yeah,
Hmm.
just because what you're
Okay.
saying is right doesn't mean it's necessarily the right time or the right thing to say at the time. Anyway, yeah, something like that.
Hmm. Well,
Nope, it's too
thank you guys
early.
for listening.
Too early.
Huh?
It's too
Dang
early.
it.
Too early. But you know, but I yeah, I see a lot of that. People are like trying to logic people into submission, and I'm not. I mean, like it actually makes sense to kind of do that, but it also it I think it causes a lot of harm if you do it the wrong. I don't know, do it the wrong way. Anyways, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. That's what it feels like. A lot of people are trying to force people into submission with logic. That's I don't think that's
I
constructive.
also but I also think some people try to force people into submission through emotion.
That's possible.
Yeah, I actually think it probably happens more often than the logic one because emotions are easier to prey on. Like it's easier to incite emotion than it is to incite like logic, right?
Inside it, yes. Like to make it bigger, yeah. Yeah. Well, give me an example. What do you mean? You got no time. You got to hurry up.
Oh, like if I said, "Oh, my grandma got beat on the subway by a certain group of people,"
Hmm.
then it's like I can say like I can incite people into thinking submitting to the fact that those people are bad rather than showing like statistics and saying
Oh,
this
I
is
see.
logic.
Well, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the same thing. You know, like lately, I saw this post, and the comments I see so often, it's oh, yep, usual suspects. Yep, of course, it's always the same kind of people. You're just being racist. Like that's the I mean, yeah, that's. I don't know. That kind of there's a new way of being racist all of a sudden that's been deemed acceptable by society. I feel like
Those are probably bots. Do you know the dead internet theory?
dead internet. Oh,
Like eight, yeah. The theory is that 80% of internet information is from bots. So those